Yo, you found it. This is the sign. This is it. This is what you've been waiting for. You've been waiting for a young black man from the UK to come spit some facts. Here I am. On a serious note, though, I know that you've been searching for something recently. Feels like you've been kind of just floating through life, like no real goals, no real aims, no real direction. And maybe you've been praying, you've been trying to manifest, you've been trying to get back in touch with your inner child, you've been doing X or Y, but it doesn't seem like anything is working. And that is your first mistake. You're looking for some sort of reflection in the physical realm that your internal world is healing, when really the truth is you have access to everything you want now. So if you don't know me, my name is Pierce, and I'm someone who has a lot of experiences that I've gone through. I've gone through a lot of difficult times, and over the last 4 to 5 years, I've decided to, instead of feeling sorry for myself and playing the victim card, which I know I have done for a while, I've decided to allow myself to be the hero of my story. And now I've made it my mission to try and inspire others to do the same. So yeah, let's get back to you. You've been trying to find a sign that you're ready to become the person you want to be, that you're ready to do the things you want to do. And that is the problem. You're looking for something outside of yourself when you have the answers within already. There is nothing on this material, physical plane of existence that we live in that is out of your reach. What is out of your reach is your mental, your brain. You don't believe that you can do these things. You don't believe that you're able to achieve these things. That is the issue. Listen, something that I really did not believe for a long time until recently was that you know all the things that we want, typical things like fame, money, sex, popularity, whatever it is. I always used to think that if you get these things, you'll just be happy eventually. Like if you get an X amount of money, X amount of, I don't know, attention, then yeah, like I'm sorted now, I'm good. Yeah, I was wrong. I'm someone who has always been quite goal orientated. Well, that's a lie. I've only recently become more goal orientated, but I'm someone who always wanted something else. I wanted more. I wanted something to scratch that itch, that and fill that void that I've had within me, and I'm sure you have as well. And it wasn't until I recently started achieving my goals, my kind of semi long term goals, where it really hit me like, oh, okay, that isn't the answer. So just to be honest and transparent here, one of my major goals from doing what I do, which is spread this message and spread messages of hope, was that eventually I would be able to make some money from it, of course, because that's the world we live in. And I recently hit like a milestone, made like I think it was like 2 or 3 grand in a month, which of course is not a crazy amount, but when I was first starting this, I was on nothing, so it's something. And I realized, okay, yeah, that wasn't the answer. It wasn't that that isn't what I was missing. Making that extra money, that wasn't what was going to solve this, you know, issue in my brain that we all seem to endlessly have. And to a farther extent, I had like a milestone on Instagram, for example, where I got 100k followers, and I was like, oh wow, this is amazing. And then after literally maybe like a day or two, it was like, yeah, I don't really give a fuck. Like, I think that is the mentality that we all need to understand, that even the things that we put on a pedestal, and we pedestalize, and we like see that other people have, and we're like, oh yeah, if I have that, then I'll be sorted. It's all a lie, and it's a lie that our ego tries to tell us to basically keep us at our arm's reach from being happy. That's all it is. It's like we're trying to prevent ourselves from being happy and being content and being at peace by constantly having new distractions and new things that our ego wants to itch, basically. And I don't know if you're someone who feels like you're capable of a lot, but maybe you haven't achieved a lot recently, you probably believe that the way to become a better person and the way to, become the person you want to be is to just to like tick boxes off, make X amount, get this job, sleep with this person, attract this sort of person, have this many friends. And I just want to tell you, man, that's not it. That's literally not it. There has to be something deeper. There has to be something of more meaning. And believe it or not, that is exactly what I find when I do this sort of stuff, when I just speak and share my thoughts, because I know someone out there needs to hear this. I know someone out there is going to resonate with this, and I know someone out there is going to really value what I have to say. And that's not saying that, I'm special and that I'm sort of genius. I think everyone has something impactful to say and something, of value to bring to the world. The issue is a lot of us are afraid. We allow fear to rob the world of what we have to say and our experiences and our perspectives, which is literally the most valuable thing we have to offer, our true, authentic selves. And when it comes to authenticity, this is again something I think a lot of us really struggle with, simply because we're constantly second guessing ourselves based on social media, what our parents think, what people from high school think, what people from that we used to know back in the day think. When really all we're doing is judging ourselves through other people. But the truth is, we don't know what people are thinking. No one knows what we're thinking, so why do we think we know what other people are thinking? And the truth is, even if people are thinking negatively about you, that says nothing about you and everything about them. Think about it. When you're, we all do it. I still do it as well. When you like judge someone, does it feel good? Not really. You kind of feel a bit dirty and gross. Like, I'm literally placing my own standards and opinions onto someone who has no attachment to this. It doesn't feel good. So why are you allowing that feeling, that potential feeling from someone else, that stop you from sharing your authentic life and your authentic story and who you actually are? Because again, I say this all the time on this channel, which is probably a bit I don't know, what's the word? Morbid. Morbid time. Morbid. No. That we all gonna die eventually. And we all know that you don't wanna be that old, 76-year-old person who's just like sitting on their porch going, oh man, yeah, I could have done this. I should have done this. I should have done that. Because I know that feeling probably sucks. I know that is probably one of the worst feelings to have. And I would really like to avoid that feeling. And I think that in trying to avoid that future feeling, it has put me into positions where I am very uncomfortable, which is good. It's a good thing. Being uncomfortable is a good thing. It's a sign that you are trying something new. You're, stepping out of the social norms that a lot of us have been caged by. A lot of us have literally allowed the ideas of men that existed hundreds of years ago determine how we view ourselves today. And it reminds me of that Frank Ocean lyric. Let me sing it. I'm living in an idea from another man's mind. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. A lot of time I like to really just sit back and think, yeah, like how much of the things I care about do I actually care about? Like if I had to sit down and like think about all my worries, all my aspirations, all my fears, how many of them are things that I actually feel like a visceral connection to? And how many of them are just things that I've been just told that I should care about? How many of these things are just things that I've been conditioned to care about due to my culture or my race or where I live or my ethnicity or that I'm a male, or like all these things, like they're ideas that have been placed onto us, and a lot of us allow them to define us when really we don't have to. We have a choice. However, a lot of us are too afraid to step out of the box due to this fear of being rejected. This fear of being rejected by our tribe. Now, let's be honest now. our tribe barely exists. Our tribe right now is people on social media that we kind of know. You know, I press like on their fucking uh, Instagram story sometimes, so I care about their opinion. I had to like have an honest look at myself recently and be like, all these people that I kind of know, that I used to know, I don't really give a fuck about what you think about me, bro. You don't know me anymore, and that's okay. I think that's okay. I don't think that's toxic. I think that's perfectly okay to be like, yeah, I don't actually care about what you think because you don't know me. I know me. And on that note, I feel like getting to know yourself is something a lot of us are afraid of doing. There's another quote, I can't remember who said it, but it was like, like man will do anything to avoid sitting alone with his thoughts. And it's a fact, especially in today's society. How often do you actually make time to spend time with yourself? And I don't mean just sitting there on your phone scrolling, sitting there playing games, sitting there smoking weed. Like actually just sit by yourself and allow yourself to think, allow yourself to be. I think we're too busy doing and not spending enough time being. I know that kind of sounds like a stupid thing to say, but I think it makes sense to me. It makes sense. So yeah, I feel like what I want you to take from this video, even though I know I can't control what you take from it, but if I could, you know, in an ideal world, what I want you to take from this is that you don't have to be afraid to live your life. You don't have to wait for permission to do the things you want to do. You don't have to allow the ideas of other people to prevent you from living your authentic life and sharing your story with others. I'm telling you right now, people want to hear what you have to say. People want to hear your voice. People want to hear your perspective. And you're doing the world a disservice by preventing your voice from getting out there. There are people that have experienced life very similar to you, and they feel alone. They feel isolated. They feel like no one understands them. And you are selfishly sitting there with all of those opinions and all those thoughts and all those experiences, and you don't want to share them because you're afraid that people are gonna watch it and be like, cringe. That's cringe. Who gives a fuck? My idea is that if I help one person, if one person comes away from my videos feeling like they've been heard, feeling like they can relate to me, feeling like, you know, there's something that I said that made them think differently, then my job is done. The job is done. So yeah, appreciate you listening to me ramble. Again, I hope you found this valuable. And if you did, and you want to have a chat with me on a one-to-one basis, I do that. I have one-to-one consultations that are available. I also have an offer right now, not an offer. I'm also taking on 8 clients for a personal one-to-one 90-day transformation. So if that's something that you're interested in, I'll leave the link in the bio. You can have a look at that. And yeah, appreciate you guys. Meet you soon. I'm out. I'm about to go eat. I'm hungry.